Not long ago, Jack was just a newcomer to the world of cultivation. The Taoist casually raised his hand, and the water jar shattered on the spot. What sent a chill down Jack's spine was that the water didn't fall. Instead, it hovered in midair. Then, the Taoist slowly changed his hand gestures. In the next moment, the broken water jar began to reassemble itself, restoring to its original form. Jack was completely stunned by what he saw, but the truly mind-blowing scene was only just beginning. The Taoist guided his inner power, and a flying sword shot straight into his hand. Next, the Taoist tossed the sword into the air, and at that instant, the sword split into countless sharp blades, spinning rapidly in the air. The Taoist turned his hands again, and the blades rained down like a violent storm. Then all the blades gathered together, fusing into a complete longsword. In order to awaken Jack's talent quickly, the Taoist took him back to the mortal world. He wanted Jack to awaken in a true reality. The Taoist left Jack in front of a stage, and quietly walked away. Just then, a woman on the stage caught Jack's attention. In the next moment, she suddenly crushed a flower in her palm. The flower's pollen exploded and spread in all directions. The entire square seemed to freeze, and everyone was frozen in place. The woman slowly lifted her head, revealing her true identity. She wasn't human, she was a flower demon. Her husband had been killed by humans, and today she was out for revenge. In a critical moment, the magical ring on Jack's hand activated on its own. This power prevented him from being controlled by the pollen. Jack immediately charged forward to stop her, but before he could say a word, the flower demon lifted him effortlessly and suspended him in midair. In fear, Jack tried to cast a spell, but he found that he couldn't summon any power. The flower demon sneered, flinging him violently to the side. Then, she began to slaughter the villager. In the midst of the chaos, Jack quickly regained his composure and rushed into the crowd to save the survivors. But just at that moment, the flower demon grabbed a young boy, throwing him toward a statue. As the boy was about to crash, his body suddenly stopped in midair. At the brink of life and death, Jack's power was finally awakened. He instinctively cast a spell, saving the child just in time. At the same moment, the Taoist's words flashed in his mind. Jack quickly reformed the seal. In the next second, time began to Moments later, the entire street was restored to its empty state. This scene completely enraged the flower demon. She gathered all her strength to launch one final attack, but this time, she only had time to strike once. Jack's counterattack slammed her heavily to the ground. The flower demon, badly wounded, finally understood. Today she would not be able to fulfill her revenge.